So now we're going to talk about how John Locke came to his educational philosophy. First, we're going to talk about his why. Why did he come up with these different types of beliefs and ideologies having to do with education? Well, as I said, he came up with this idea of tabula rasa because he was thinking about his own country of Britain and how they could rebuild, starting with a blank slate. How can we rebuild the country so that it reflects what we want British citizens really to be? And a lot of that was connected to his political beliefs. So as he continued to think about how best to rebuild his country, it naturally led to education. Because when you look at children as a blank slate, you can rebuild what it means to be a citizen by putting those concepts into schools and in mass education so that all of the citizens, the future citizens, are being taught what they need to learn in order to be a citizen according to what they consider to be a citizen. And this all started with British young men. So he had started some schools working with British young men who were really a part of the gentry because he wanted them to learn how to be gentlemen. What does it mean to be a gentleman? Because he really believed that that is what was going to build his perfect ideological society over in Britain. So that's where tabula rasa really came into play. But then also, he had these empiricist beliefs, and this is something that we see a lot in the United States today, particularly when we're looking at curriculum. So empiricism has to do with experience. When you experience something, you are more likely to learn it. And everything that you learn through your senses. So when we take a look at today in the United States, one of the biggest influences that John Locke has had is on the Montessori education system. Because if you know anything about Maria Montessori, she also believed in empiricism. She used a lot of psychology and anthropology in how she built her philosophy, but she took a lot from John Locke having to do with the ideas of being able to sense everything. When you sense it, it becomes a part of you and you remember it better. Now, also, John Locke's philosophy really went back to this idea of being a citizen. And what he ultimately said was that he wanted to be involved in education, not because he cared most about the education of individuals, but because he really cared more about the politics. He wanted to make sure that everything that was being rebuilt from the ground up, not just the political system, but also that our future citizens would also be in unity on the way that they wanted to build the political system. He wanted to make sure that there were more people that believed his political beliefs. All right, let's find out how we can apply this today.